Around the Ozarks is now on your FM radio. Listen to Around the Ozarks mornings with Grace Gooley as I spotlight local people, stories, and podcasts, all while playing the country legends of the 90s and the hit makers of the 2000s. It's on the Ozarks' best country, 105.1 The Bull. It's time for Around the Ozarks News, sponsored by the Springfield Greene County Park Board, Thompson Sales, Advanced Car Care, Smouse Brothers, and United Plumbing. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Forhetz.
Hey there, good morning to you on Tuesday. It's good to be back, and we're going to tell you about some news, an ongoing story that's happening on this Tuesday morning.
Yes, a member of the Springfield Fire Department water rescue team that was injured during Sunday night's tragic incident where 4 people went over the dam at Lake Springfield. That firefighter has now been released from the hospital. You'll remember yesterday, 3 of them were taken to the hospital. 2 had been released and 1 had not of the rescue team. But now they've all 3 been released. However, the sad news continues that 1 person was rescued of the 4 who went overboard, and 3 are still missing right now. So crews have been looking since this whole thing started on Sunday evening around 5:30 p.m. They looked until it got dark. They woke up at the crack of dawn on Monday morning, looked all day long, and are still looking for the 3 people who remain missing. We don't even know exactly what happened. All we know is that when the fire department got the call, it was just for a water rescue. So somehow they went over the dam. If you look at the video, you can see an inner tube, like a small, very flimsy inner tube that was down in that area as well. But the floodwater down there is churning like crazy because the firefighters' boat that they are on, that is motorized, was still getting sucked up into the eddy. So it is quite a scene at Lake Springfield as the crews continue to look for those who are missing.
Well, it gives you an idea of how dangerous it was that the Swiftwater Rescue Team was injured as well and had to be helped out, taken to the hospital with their injuries. There's so many questions about this story, about how it happened, what they were doing on the water. But first things first, have to find the people involved.
Right. The young girl who was rescued, I don't know how old she is. You can see her in the video. She just does not, to me, she does not look even like a teenager, so I don't know how old she is exactly, but she so far is the only one who they have been able to rescue.
Well, and we don't know, was she with her family? Was she with friends? We don't have any idea at this point. It continues, and it's very, very sad. Yeah.
Stay off the waterways. This is a separate story, equally tragic. A person was killed after their car was swept away by flash flooding near Fair Grove, also early Sunday morning. Authorities say 2 people were inside the car when it was trying to cross a low water crossing on Highway CC. 1 person escaped and called for help, and the other person did not survive. Crews later recovered the other victim from the vehicle that had been submerged.
Boy, rushing water is no joke, and we've had a lot of it here over the weekend. A strange discovery in downtown Springfield has park officials searching for answers after about 24 birds were found dead at Jordan Valley Park, strangely. It's believed that strong wind and or lightning from Saturday's storms may have contributed to the mass death, but the exact cause has not been figured out yet, so stay tuned and maybe we'll have some answers on that. Although I'm not sure how you prove something like that, but they're looking at it. Greene County legal community is mourning the loss of Assistant Prosecutor Connor Brown, who died on June 6th at the age of just 31 due to an underlying issue with a health condition. Colleagues are remembering Brown as a dedicated public servant who played a role in major crimes cases and earned respect for his compassion, his preparation, and, of course, his commitment to justice.
Yeah, so young. Children's Mercy Hospital in Kansas City is offering early retirement to some workers as it moves forward with a massive $1.7 billion campus expansion. Hospital leaders say the retirement program is separate from the building project, which includes a new hospital tower and expanded patient care areas. Okay. Springfield Regional Arts Council is taking over administrative duties for the annual Cider Days Festival in downtown Springfield. This year's 28th edition will take place September 19th and 20th on historic Walnut Street, with a renewed focus on celebrating the Ozarks' folk arts and traditions.
Okay, it's a good place to do it. Bolivar residents will again be allowed to use fireworks within city limits leading up to the 4th of July. City ordinances allow fireworks from July 1st through July 4th between 1 and 11 in the p.m. The city is reminding residents to follow safety rules, keep kids under adult supervision, and every town and county across the Ozarks has its own rules for fireworks. The rules are followed in some places, not in most, I've found in my experience. And just as a viewer, because we don't do fireworks, I'm scared to death of those things. But I'll watch other people do them.
Yeah.
So anyway, find out what the rules are where you are and have a blast. The city of Osage Beach has canceled its annual 4th of July parade after the city consulted with local businesses. The businesses weren't big on it, apparently. The other holiday activities will continue as planned, including a vendor market, family activities, a hot dog eating contest, and a fireworks display at the city park.
Okay.
That's in Osage Beach.
And this isn't really a local story, but I thought it worth mentioning. Elon Musk, did you see, has become the world's first trillionaire following the public debut of SpaceX shares on the NASDAQ. His combined holdings in SpaceX, Tesla, and then many of his other ventures are estimated at more than $1 trillion with a T. Though some analysts have raised some questions about SpaceX's valuation and long-term financial picture.
$1 trillion is a number that I think most of us cannot even in our head wrap it around, figure out. But there are some I've seen on YouTube before, just the difference between $1 million and $1 billion. Like if you stack up money and $1 million is this stack, and then $1 billion is like the Empire State Building. I mean, it's unbelievable. So imagine 999, billions, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it?
I don't know.
Even more than that. 999,000 billions, more than that. It's crazy. It's crazy. You can't even.
Not only can you wrap your brain around it, but Ethan can't math it either.
I'm not a numbers guy, but I know it's a lot. I should have just said that. It's a lot.
Just go with that.
It's more than you can comprehend.
Yeah, and to what end? Like for what purpose? I don't know.
For what
Good
purpose?
for him.
What do you mean?
What is he going to do? What's he going to do?
Well, he's doing all kinds of stuff. He just
I know,
rockets
but like,
to space.
what do you do with that kind of money? Like, I know that he's got like businesses that's wrapped up in, but like, do you go buy a new car every day because you want to? Yeah, or do you?
You live your best life, man. I'll tell you that much.
I'll tell you one thing. I'd have the best bicycle on the planet. I'll tell you that right now.
You could have a rocket ship bicycle if you wanted. You could put an entire staff to work on it for you.
That's ooh. I would also have a personal chef and a personal bike mechanic that like goes along the road with me or something.
Yeah, you could pay them each $1 billion a year and not even notice it.
That's
crazy. All right. Let's see. I was traveling. I was out last week. So thanks to everybody.
He's been gone everywhere. Everybody's like, where's Ethan? I don't know. He's been gone.
I was in Grand Rapids, one of my old TV markets, actually, last week. Convoy of Hope was working with a great company, Spartan Nash and CNS family of grocers. And they donated 500,000 meals that Convoy of Hope will deliver to disaster survivors as disasters happen this year. I mean, it's unbelievable. And their team boxes it up for us. So that was fantastic. I got to be there for a few days. And then the boy had a soccer tournament, the last big soccer tournament of the year, of the season, not of the year, but of the season for the boys' soccer team. And they made it to the championship game, which was yesterday morning, which is weird. The championship's on a Monday morning, seriously. But anyway, that's what they did. They made it. They ended up losing in double overtime. But it was a lot of fun. It was actually our last game together with that team, which has been together for, 5, 6, 7 years, because next year they're changing up the age groups a little bit. So some kids will be going up, some kids will be coming down. So there'll be a team shakeup next year. So it was fun to be with his teammates. One last go round, and almost got it done to go to nationals. Very, very close, but it was fun.
Yep. That's cool. Well, I got to see him play one of those said games. Then I came back for work, and it was fun while it lasted. But I feel like we are the divide and conquer. Ethan is the soccer dad. I am the swim and triathlon mom. That's what it feels like.
That's true with most of the parents. I mean, all the parents at the games, there's like one who usually shows up for soccer. The other one's going to swimming and other things.
Or pick your poison, band competitions. Yeah. All right. That's all we got. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for hanging with us too, while we had fill-ins and while Ethan was gone. I mean, I was still on, but I'm just not as funny. So it's hard. It's hard to carry it without him. But thanks. Nonetheless, we're sticking with us, and we will be back here tomorrow morning. See ya.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, brought to you by Command Family Medicine, Heating and Air Paramedics, The Trailer Ranch, Whole Hog Cafe, Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet, and Godfather's Pizza. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everybody. Temperatures are starting off nice and cool again this morning. We've got numbers starting out in the upper 50s and low 60s across the region. It's comfortable early on. If you want to head out and take a walk early this morning, things should feel pretty pleasant for us. The wind's not too bad today. We've got high temperatures that will land in the lower 80s. I'm going 82 degrees for the forecasted high temp in Springfield today. Pleasant weather for much of the day, but I do have an opportunity for some isolated showers and thunderstorms. Generally, most of the area will get less than a tenth of an inch of rain, but there could be some pockets that get a little bit more right underneath some of the isolated storm activity that happens to move through later today. So mostly sunny early on today, an afternoon chance for some showers and thunderstorms. I don't think this is going to be for everybody in large part. Many of us stay dry across the region today. However, we do have a cold front approaching. So with that frontal boundary, it provides some lift and some air that is likely going to be a bit unstable. So we'll see some showers and thunderstorms. However, the heavier thunderstorm activity across the country today will once again be located out in South Texas and across portions of the Gulf states. Showers and thunderstorms, though, are possible for us this afternoon and this evening. Few and far between. Just bring the rain gear if you have anything going on. I wouldn't cancel plans at this point because the nature of these is going to be very isolated. We'll see heat and humidity then return to the forecast along with some very gusty winds tomorrow. Temperatures are going to be boosted up into the upper 80s, but it'll feel more like the mid 90s, and the humidity comes back in large part. We've got these strong south winds in the forecast, gusting 30 to 45 miles per hour. So travel could become difficult for many places across the region. We will likely see winds gusting 30 to 45 miles an hour, which could be hazardous if you're going to be outdoors. Keep that in mind. Doing anything outside, yard work might be a little bit uncomfortable tomorrow with the winds. All of those strong gusty winds will be drawing up some moisture, increasing our dew point temperature and increasing the humidity across the region as well. Heat index values on Wednesday will be well up into the middle 90s. I expect that we'll see some isolated showers and thunderstorms too that are very strong. We are talking severe weather across the region again. This is for tomorrow night. I am expecting that the atmosphere will be conducive for severe thunderstorms tomorrow evening and tomorrow night. So Still a couple of details here to work out in terms of exact timing, but it does appear that all modes of severe weather would be possible. And by that, I mean hail, high wind, as well as the risk for some tornadoes. So be on alert. Tomorrow, we are talking severe storms again, and the best chance this time appears to be up along I-70 in central Missouri. Around the country, what's making headlines? Well, it's that heavy rain and flooding threat that's continuing for South Texas into the lower Mississippi Valley. That's going to happen for the next couple of days still. We continue to see cooler air that's building into the eastern 2/3 of the country. It's some welcome relief after all of the heat of last week. And then we have heat across much of the Pacific Northwest. That begins in moderate fashion today. We will see the heat build out there, and we're yet to see that typical summertime big dome of hot air. Yeah, it hasn't showed up yet, but I expect that it will as we get closer to the month of July. All right, it's time for that Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister trivia question for the day. What is the name of the scale used to measure tornado intensity? And the options that I gave you yesterday were A, the Saffir-Simpson scale, B, the Fujita scale, C, the enhanced Fujita scale, or D, the Richter scale. Many of you might have known that it is either B or C, and it used to be B, but now we operate under C, the enhanced Fujita scale, or the EF scale. If you hear a meteorologist or emergency manager talk about the strength of a tornado, they will typically deliver that in the EF scale, which means, yes, how strong the winds were, but also it takes into account the integrity of the structures that the storm actually impacted. And that is the scale that we use now to measure strength of tornadoes. What extreme weather event involves a widespread, long-lived, straight-line windstorm that is associated with a fast-moving severe thunderstorm? Here are the options for tomorrow. Do you think it's A, a tornado, B, a derecho, C, a typhoon, or D, a blizzard? Let me know your guess. You can submit that at the website. It's aroundtheozarks.com. Thanks so much for listening to Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather this morning. I sure appreciate you listening, and I hope you have a great Tuesday in the Ozarks. And thanks to our sponsors, Command Family Medicine, Heating and Air Paramedics, The Trailer Ranch, Whole Hog Cafe, Taylor Grubaugh Chevrolet, and Godfather's Pizza. Have a great one. I'll be back to chat with you first thing tomorrow.